Hi everybody, welcome back to the Our Smiling Faces podcast for your question and answer.
Yeah.
None of us are smiling.
Hey.
All with unhappy faces.
Used to be smiling can I give you words out? Used to be smiling podcast.
It's not.
First question.
Sad and depressed.
I'm just going to absolutely fire through these, because I'm sick of talking about Newcastle right now.
Yeah.
That's alright.
First question.
When you're allowed to answer
It's alright, man.
when you're allowed to answer these questions with one-word answers.
So Joe Patterson sends in a genuinely, where
Yes.
do we go from here? Do we revert to the 5 at the back, or Prince Saint-Maximin can give us a better attacking prowess, even if he's fully fit? Well, when he's fully fit. So, is Saint-Maximin going to change this forward?
Nah.
One man can't. There's just too much wrong. One man can't just fix all the problems. Saint-Maximin's not going to all of a sudden stop you from keeping goals, is he?
Yeah.
Yes, I'd want him on the pitch because he gives you a bit more threat moving forward. I get that, but the other issue I've got, I meant to say this before, as much as I wanted to change formation, and I did say I did, I'm worried that we're changing formation so often, personnel from a 3-5-2, and then he's went to a 3
It's
or 4.
confusing everyone on the pitch.
Then he's went to 4 at the back. He hasn't got a fucking clue, man. So if he hasn't got a clue, how are the players going to know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've changed formation 4 times in 6 games or something, man. You can't do that, man, at this level. You can't do it.
Max,
Sorry, yeah.
who is simply Almiron, sends in.
That wasn't one word.
This one's for you, mate.
Mine was.
It's for me, isn't
You,
it?
aye. Does Mark feel the same about Shelby? Now we know he was carrying an injury.
Where's he bollocks? Yes, I 100% feel the same because he's been like that throughout his entire career.
So
This injury thing is just, it's a deflector. To take away from the fact of how bad he was in his last appearance, we're giving him an excuse. He might have had an injury, but he was still shit.
I'll take that, to be fair. Like, I'm in agreement. He was bad, and if he was injured, why wouldn't he?
Not
say
play.
that?
He hasn't
Probably
been
not play.
injured for the last 3 seasons he's been here, has he?
If a player's injured and he plays, I'm
Oh,
not going to...
hold on. No, he hasn't he? Because every time he's been crap and been dropped from the team, he suddenly came, I've been carrying an injury for weeks and weeks, hasn't he? Did the same at the end of last season.
That was Lascelles as well, wasn't it? Did Lascelles not say he was carrying an
He had
injury?
about 4 hernias.
Hernias, aye.
I believe him, though. Don't believe Shelby.
Next one, Jordan Morris sends in, your mate Jordan.
Yeah.
Do you
Do
think
you know about and Jordan? Very.
they've got like a
very-
little
very
romance
friendly.
going on?
All right.
Deck and Jordan.
Best,
I know, I met
best
him.
friends.
It is.
But I
Like
just think
this.
he's got a lot of sense, like, when he's on Twitter, like, good.
They're going to make a new podcast.
Aye, sensible.
Not Rafa Facts. Just to defend Decker.
Yeah.
I love Steve Bruce.
So Jordan Morris sends
Aye,
in.
pro Bruce.
Do you think the players don't look fit enough? And how many games you've given Bruce before he is sacked?
No more games.
No more games. I like.
We didn't want to give him one game.
I wouldn't. He shouldn't have been appointed, but after Norwich away, it was so apparent what was happening. And was that the second game of the season?
Yeah,
yes.
it was.
It was also the
Yes.
Norwich, and then maybe that is a bit hasty, but
Definitely Brighton. Definitely Brighton. If you
Aye.
can't get a performance in
Aye.
against Brighton at home,
We didn't lose, you know, that's what I still believe.
That's
what
the
I'm
thing,
saying. We didn't
yeah.
lose. If I'd lost a game, you know what I mean?
aye.
But we sat here and said we were in that game.
Well, you are, it's nil at half time.
Aye.
Of course, you're still in the game.
it's not a performance that you're proud of, though,
No,
is
Oh,
it?
well, we got
Not
bad.
at all.
Come on, we got
Because we didn't have
outclassed.
any possession.
We got outclassed. On our own backyard of them.
So are the players fit enough?
They don't look it. They don't look it.
I,
but
I don't know if it's.
I think they're fit. I just don't think
I
they
don't
know
know
what
if
they're
it's
doing.
fitness. It's just they haven't. They're obviously trying to come to terms with a new manager, a different way of playing. If that is a thing that's
Playing.
happening, but
You've got to say it lightly, haven't you?
they
Yeah.
just
Gotta say it
they
lightly,
just look lost.
It's such a decline. Such a decline. Whether it's
Huge,
fitness,
isn't
whether
it?
it's like mental thing, it's just a massive drop off.
And we've sat around this table for season upon season and said how united the team look.
Yeah.
And
That was
they
a
look
huge
like
thing,
a
that.
unit together. They're fighting for each
Yeah.
other. Now it looks like it's 11 individual players on that pitch.
Exactly what I said, like the last one. It's shocked. I never thought I'd say that about these group of players because honestly, I thought all of them fought for the shirt,
Especially
fought for each other.
defence. That's what worries me. The defence last
Yeah.
season, you would never, you would go down and you think it's a blip. It's a one-off. We'll probably not concede another. Now you'll concede one. You're going, how many are we going to concede?
It's going back to Pardew and Carver
Yeah.
and what's his brother with a haircut? Steve McLaren. It's going back. It's exactly the same feeling. You watch him on a telly. And you see the first goal going, and you think, "Oh, that's happening."
Yeah.
I'll go to the bar, or I'll get myself away home, or whatever. You know they're getting beat.
Yeah.
And I think the players do.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's that thing that we mentioned before. Is that there's just a lack of leadership and ownership on that pitch.
Right out the club, really.
Yeah. That's the problem. It's the club. It's gone.
It's from Bruce up. I mean, I think Bruce should go. I think Bruce should be gone a while ago. But above him, Charlie, and obviously Ashley, it's like it's a well-trodden path that, like, but it's rotten. It's rotten all the way up.
Daryl Mitchell Hill signs in. How much of a relief is it that despite getting hammered 5-0, being completely shit, that Perez didn't score?
Doesn't bother me
He was
now.
terrible.
So Adam,
play very well.
when we went
The beat
3-4
were
0
10
down,
pretty much.
Adam said, "I hope Perez scores," just to see what would happen.
That was the highlight of my day. He didn't score.
Had that chance, didn't he, about a minute in?
Yeah.
Pull back
Do you know the
that-
highlight of my weekend? I painted me downstairs bathroom.
I noticed.
Fetching.
Looks alright, doesn't it? But
Looks
it
like
wasn't.
It looks like we're away top.
Green, is it?
Yeah, it's like a dark green, like a really dark green.
Like a green, like.
Like that, isn't it? Like this one.
Aye,
Like that, yeah.
aye.
That's dark.
Yeah, it is pretty dark. Like,
Pretty dark, like.
if you turn the light off, it is.
Forest green.
That's
Put
so
your sunglasses
literally watching paint dry has been the highlight of my weekend, and that's saying something.
I was devastated, you know. Devastated. I was hungover anyway. And,
When you say you painted your downstairs
lads
toilet,
on.
do you mean your dad painted your downstairs
No,
toilet?
I painted it. My dad wallpapered the single wall behind the toilet and put the flooring down, but I'm saying I painted the wall. I've done most of it.
See?
Out of
You're
can.
just going to keep digging a little bit before the truth comes
I
out.
done the edges, but I went.
did the cutting in, did you?
Aye, then I went.
That's the hard bit, that though, the cutting in.
That's about it. Takes that.
Aye, it
takes
is.
a little bit of steady hand.
There's a few bits of green on the ceiling. I'm not going to lie. I said to Dale, shall we just paint the ceiling green? It would solve everything, wouldn't it?
What?
So, next question. Oh, actually, he goes on and says, everything we had under Rafa has been destroyed. Thoughts on that? Like, before I go and read the rest.
Aye.
It's true, isn't it?
Aye.
Has it been destroyed? Has Bruce solely destroyed that? Or is it a combination of everything that's happened over the summer?
It's a bit of everything, but Bruce, I don't think his health matters. He's probably a lovely bloke and all that. Like,
No, he seems like a fantastic bloke. I'm not going to disagree. He does seem like a great bloke.
I'm starting to dislike him.
No, I don't.
I don't dislike him as a person, but I don't want him as a Newcastle United manager. I'll tell you that.
We never did.
Yeah.
We know he's out of his depth. We knew that when he came, but
Penny faced though.
you had to give him a chance, give him an opportunity to try and do something. It hasn't worked.
So we had a little bit of criticism at the start of the season from a lot of listeners and viewers saying he's defending the decision to put Bruce there. We're never defending that decision. We were saying he's manager. We've got to deal with this right now. We can't initially go and start.
You can't change it.
He's the worst manager I've ever had. You've got to give him a few games. He's had 7, and it's been absolutely diabolical.
Yeah, because I think the only person that I've never ever been behind it was Joe Kinnear. Joe Kinnear was the one appointment where that was my limit. Like at that point,
Premier League women's Bruce.
I lost it then. That was it. But I remember Pardew. I was behind Pardew for Christ's sake. I was. I wasn't happy when we got him, but I'd given me full support. I was there every week. Blah 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 blah. Everything turned out well for a little bit. Was okay.
Until things started going
all right,
wrong.
I agree.
Pardew was the manner in which we got him. I didn't mind him getting the job necessarily. It was what they did to Chris Hughton.
Yeah, I was stunned at the Pardew one. Like, to be honest, like I was stunned at that one.
I'm not going to lie. When we played Podjo, I went, who? Like, it was one of
He
them.
wasn't even involved in
Obviously,
football. Was
no idea who he is.
Yeah, it was a strange one.
No idea who he was at the
Thing is,
time.
Pardew, I mean, you remember, obviously, I'm far from a Pardew apologist, like I've kind of said before, but they had that one season where they finished 5th, I believe.
5th, aye.
And then his PR was brilliant. He was on Radio Newcastle a couple of times a week,
Yeah.
taking phone calls, and he was like quite personable.
Yeah.
And he
He did a min show there. It was good.
And then
Him and Corva done one, didn't they, on BBC Newcastle? It was a great talking.
It was
man.
really good
Great
stuff.
talking.
And that season, that summer,
It's popular with
um,
ladies.
he put apparently so
Where's Jupe?
that summer, like the club just got a PR spot on it where they had him. They were like an adventure course in Denver Bar was taking the Colacini, something the Colacini and that. Like, it's like,
Went
fuck,
paintball
Newcastle,
on that,
brilliant.
didn't
And then all of a sudden, like it just went to shit.
Yeah.
They brought a shirt out with the spikes and that on it, and it was from that shit.
Again, though, I appreciate Pardew got a lot of shit, but that summer when we finished 5th, we only signed Anita. Signed one player.
Aye,
That was the problem, so it goes right back to the top
Goes
again.
back to the top again.
Aye, it does.
Do you know what I
Absolutely
mean?
does. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Every single problem that we have in the club stems back to...
Goes right back to the top.
Uh huh.
Yeah. And that's why, as much as That's why I don't hate Bruce. I hate the one above him because he's employed him. Bruce has just took the job and he's just trying his best, and it's shite. Yeah. Yes, it is, and he shouldn't be here. But I still deflect the yang at Arsenal all the time.
I'm starting to see, particularly after yesterday, though, that I don't think he is trying his best.
Oh,
because if he was trying his best, I would have expected to see more of a reaction from him on the touchline yesterday.
Well, he only had a heart attack at full time by the looks of his face.
Yeah, he's always that red.
He was red.
Apparently, Carroll stood in a mix zone or media zone. He says he's the gaffer's going fucking berserk in there.
Berserk.
So he was taking the paint off the walls. Like, so I don't know. I think he's trying his best, but his best just miles short.
It's miles short.
What's required.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Mark Blackford sends in, after recent results and Hayden apparently telling Bruce this isn't working against Brighton, has he already lost in the dressing room?
Yes.
It looks
he's
that
lost
way.
it, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Had
it?
It seems that way. Like, has he ever had it? Yeah.
That's what I said.
Well,
I think he probably did, just based on the comments that some of the players were coming. Like Shelby came out and spoke.
Of course, Shelby was
going to come
out because Shelby at times Rafa pushed him on one side, didn't he?
Rightfully so.
I think under Bruce, a lot of players would have thought they had a fresh start at Newcastle United, but then on Bruce's side, because maybe it wasn't so heavily tactic based and stuff like that, and maybe it was just a kick about with the lads.
I really
during training.
think that's the case.
Well, they're fucking shit players then. They're fucking arseholes if that's their opinion.
Hayden said us. It's like nice from the Bruce, but Hayden was one that was kind of not marginalising the referee as much, but he wanted to leave, didn't he? And he said that it was to do with his family and stuff. I've heard that's nonsense. I forget who told us now, but someone that I would consider to be pretty honest said, "Oh no, like, that's fucking it's horseshit." Apparently,
next week.
He wants away. But I'm absolutely of the opinion that it's because training they just play football now. They're not sitting there like in a room going like, if Will Hughes has got the ball there, you've got to do this, and this, and then repeating it. It's just like, play football.
So tactics on the Rafa. Let's say if you're practicing set pieces, the free kick out would deliver the ball. If let's say there's a player out position where Rafa wants them to be, Rafa would stop it there.
Yep.
Back again. He wouldn't let. He wouldn't let it go on.
Do you not? I thought that's exactly how training should be.
Well, it probably should.
That's exactly how it should be.
But
you stop it every 2 seconds and go, "What the fuck you standing there for? What are you doing there?"
Coaching.
Of course it is. What else are you meant to do?
I'm not sure if I'm completely taking this the wrong way, but I would imagine Bruce is the type of manager that if a player comes up to him and says, "Oh, but can we do this, and this?" Bruce will probably go, "We'll try it and see what happens."
Yeah.
Under Rafa was like, "No, you're doing this, and that's what you're doing."
But if the players are happy that because they just can't play 5-a-side for a couple of hours and go home,
I would love to say because we might be completely wrong.
Maybe,
it'd be interesting. Sorry, I was completely how Benitez took fans in, didn't he? I mean, I think some of you guys did as well. It'd be interesting to see what Bruce would have to say. I shouldn't imagine the door's going to be swinging open anytime soon, but just to get a comparison, because Rafa, when he was talking, he sat 4 hours with us. And he was moving furniture around to like express his point. Yeah, best header of a ball goes here. I don't like to sign Dutch players because I follow people. And it was really interesting to see his enthusiasm. And I'm not saying that I don't think Bruce shares the enthusiasm. Quite apparently he's been in the game 40 odd years. He must do. But I'd love to see what the difference is and what it is that's so much better about Steve Bruce and how good a manager he is, as opposed to Benitez, who's renowned. I mean, I think he fell out with Gerrard at Liverpool, didn't he? Quite famously.
Yeah, I think you do. You're right. I just think Rafa is quite very cold in terms of he doesn't. He's quite cold towards the players. Whereas I reckon Bruce is mates with them all.
Yeah.
And mates don't win your games. Like at that level, you've got to have that gap of. And I'd imagine Bruce is just mates with them all.
That's the same in any job. You can't be if you're working in a call centre. You can't be best mates with staff.
You can't. No, you can't. You just cannot.
No.
You know what I mean? It's all about you can be approachable, all the rest of it, but there has to be. And I just don't feel that Bruce would have that. Do you know what I mean? And in regards to training, if the players are saying they're happy or they're staying, and them don't realise, do you know what it is actually, lads? We're going in here and we're just having a kick around. We should be in here doing work.
You never heard players coming out. Well, I might be completely wrong, but you never really heard players coming out and saying under Rafa, they're happy how everything was behind the scenes and blah 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 blah. Is it because the questions are being asked of them now?
No, they always did talk about the fact that they had a great group of lads and they were all together and stuff like that, and they had a real team spirit.
With Rafa, it was always like Lascelles has decked someone. Yeah. Like he's chinned the army.
Someone's not pulling the weight, they're getting chinned.
Basically, like
It's fucking. I just kind of. It's just night and day, isn't it? Compared to where we the more I think of it, it's just fucking unbelievable.
So Carl Richardson sends in, the team seems to be getting worse as the weeks go on. No one seems to have a clue. How does it change?
Sack him. Sack Bruce. That has to be a start. Has to be a start, because it's not. It's going to be the same.
Yeah, I think
It
so
has
as well.
to. It has to be.
It does.
Or Bruce. It won't happen. But can Bruce be a bigger man? I went. I've bitten off more than I can chew. Yeah.
He'd be.
I'd
he'd
hold him a
give
lot more
of money
respectful.
by full money.
That's the problem. The money, isn't it?
Aye, I think so.
He must be full of regret as well.
The way
Must be.
The way he walked out on Sheffield Wednesday and come here, there's no way on earth he's.
But he has to be regretting that
Not a
decision
chance.
now. Has to be.
Especially after the way Wednesday treated him as well,
Yeah,
giving him the extra time.
he has to.
That was the thing. That was the thing when everyone goes, he's a good lad, Bruce, and maybe he's a lovely bloke. That was the thing that made me think like.
Oh, he's shit on him?
The allowances he's been given
Shit on
by
them?
Wednesday, and you understand he'll fully appreciate that it's his last chance to manage Newcastle. Well, until we're League One. But it's I don't know. There's something that doesn't sit very well with me about the whole thing, and he certainly wouldn't walk like.
No, I don't think he would, but I'd respect him a lot more if he did.
Oh, I definitely are.
But
His
you
family's probably telling him to walk out. His family's
probably told him not to do it.
His family told him not to take it.
That's true, right? Yeah, true.
Did Shearer tell him not to take it as well?
Shearer told him not to take
Yes,
it.
Shearer.
Everyone told him not to take it. He had it good.
He shouldn't
Lee
have taken it.
Johnny's there going like, Steve, to be honest with you.
Steve, I've got to offer you this. But are you sure?
Mate.
There's nobody out there that thinks he should have done it.
No.
He's only going to get £1 million a year, though, isn't he? It's only a 1 year deal. Was it 1 year?
No, it's 3.
Was it 3?
Not
So 3 million.
Gary Neville seems to be kind of very happy that he's got a job. Jeff Stelling on Twitter yesterday seems to be...
So we'll speak about Gary Neville.
Yeah, that was a weird one for me.
Richard Keys is very happy that.
So the whole Gary Neville thing, we went to the Sky Bet thing. Me, you, and Adam went down there, and Gary Neville and both Carragher, they said that we were being a little bit harsh to criticise the appointment of Bruce straight away, and that it was flat on our Rafa and it was boring on our Rafa and the atmosphere was shit. Of course, Gary, it's shit when you go on a Monday night for an 8 o'clock kickoff. No one wants to fucking be there.
You can't have been at the Liverpool game last season. They got beat 3-2 and the atmosphere was incredible.
Yep.
It was.
So Neville
City as well.
was basically saying Bruce wasn't as bad as a decision as what we were making out as a fan base, and you try to counteract that with your argument. But he didn't give you a fucking chance.
He
really.
wasn't having it. He
Just
wasn't
spoke
having
over the top of you.
Aye. But it goes back to the thing with Neville. Remember when he had that rant about Geordies want a dinner at 12 and a tea at fucking 5 and all that, and want this and that. They finish their work, they want to go to the bar. It's fucking horseshit. It's really like regressive and fucking cliched, and it's like the Geordies work down their pit and they take their dogs racing and all that carry on, and they fucking beat
Flat
their
caps
ass.
and that.
It's fucking rubbish. It's absolute nonsense. It really got my
Wear
back up.
baseball
That.
caps these days.
Snapback.
Yeah, no, you're right, though. You're right.
It's so like patronising. And that where you go to Newcastle, and the atmosphere's not what it used to be. And I mean, you can't argue that, but that's the same right across the country.
Yeah.
The atmosphere at Old Trafford shit.
Start
The
to finish.
Anfield, where I think you were saying on the other week, the atmosphere's fucking garbage. It's rubbish.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's just the way football's become more sanitised. As much as it is about Newcastle not playing exciting football. Newcastle not playing exciting football.
It's the other side of the coin is as well is that we've had it so shit over the last few years is that it impacts you off the pitch, because I mean I've talked about in the past around when we've had problems off the pitch and Ashley protests and stuff like that, is it then reflects on the pitch as well, and you start seeing it in that poison atmosphere and stuff like that, and that is the way that this season's going.
Well, they sang that, the only song we've got, like, for some reason, but they sang that song for half an hour straight.
Half an hour.
That's away from home, which
conceded
is
4 goals.
different kettle of fish. But
You know, I don't know how to fight either. I do not know how to fight. I can't sing that song. I'm fucking useless. I've never done it. I fucking couldn't tell you.
Fucking players didn't either.
Shows you the size, mate, where you don't have to do. People just back off. People just back off. Not fight him. He's hard.
You just be saying, if I don't fight, they're just swinging away. I'm not going to fight, you know.
It's got me doing that.
So Liam Willis sends in the past few seasons, it has always felt like there's 3 worse teams than us in the league. Is that true this season, or are we destined for Luton away next year?
I thought a couple of weeks ago, actually, I would have said yes to that. But after that, yesterday, no, absolutely not. Well, the two games I've seen, sorry, Brighton and this one.
So I'd probably say us and Watford are rightly so.
We couldn't
Watford's
horrendous.
goal difference is minus 19.
I'll still
Watford's goal difference is minus
It's not.
19.
because he ate in one game, didn't he? Minus
Oh
10.
shit! I forgot that.
I
one.
can still see Villa struggling as the season goes on.
Yeah.
They've had a I think they've got, what, 5?
Well, between
5
like
points or
11th
something
and
like that.
18th, it's like really close, like 4 points.
It always will be, though.
In it, isn't
all
it?
of
Oh, yeah.
Sheffield United look
Southampton,
fantastic. as well.
Sheffield United,
I
can
think
they
they'll be
keep
alright
that
then,
up?
like.
Yeah, they
I
look
hope.
brilliant.
I kind of hope so, because I'm enjoying watching them.
They look excellent against Liverpool. But it's one game and it's a long old season.
He's a great manager as well, Wilder.
Well, you look at Fulham. This time last season, Fulham
Yeah.
were sitting happy in the top half of the table.
At the end of the day, I
scoring
think the
goals.
question that he's basically I want an answer is, are we going to get relegated?
I think so. I think they'll go down like
I
that.
agree. At the start of the season, I said no, but now I'm
Last
saying yes.
week I said we would finish 4th to 8th bottom. I'm thinking
19th.
based on that yesterday, unless there's a massive reaction, then nailed on.
I'd be stunned.
It's all right, Peter.
Favourites, aren't we?
Peter Kenny's got a brochure out, you're not seeing it.
Jesus Christ, don't get us started on that
Looking in the
brochure.
Premier League,
Is that
86 years
real?
out of
Is
87.
that actually real about Steve Bruce's
No,
European?
That was Rafa Benitez. actually,
They've
but
just taken
dotted
Rafa's
it
name
in.
out and replaced it with Steve
Well
Bruce.
done, yeah.
But there's a part of
It was last year's brochure, I remember.
There's a
But
thing- there's
they've
a thing in
actually
there
gone to
says-
that effort of just taking someone's name out and put it in
Well,
rather than
that-
doing the whole thing
yeah.
again.
didn't-
Parallel
change
European
it.
experience.
Jesus.
Because
And
it's
then-
last season's brochure, because it's got last season's stats on,
everything, yeah.
pictures
Squad,
in it,
isn't it?
squad value.
What, we want these fuckers to buy with? You fucking kidding? They're going to be asked to just delete a full sentence.
And that's the thing, is like when you think of people saying we just want Ashley out. I don't want Ashley out if that is the answer.
If that's a replacement, yeah.
If that's the replacement, because that is not taking you forward.
You see that part of it where it says to be in a top division club for 86 out of the last 88 years?
Yeah. Nonsense.
No, I haven't.
What?
Absolute nonsense.
I remember 3 of them, and I'm only fucking 37.
I'm not even going to lie, I didn't read it.
We
It
didn't
was
come-
one of them
we-
things
we
I
didn't
went,
come
nah,
back
I'm not
up
interested.
back up until 1993.
Oh, no,
We've been
down
out
to
twice
88,
since
yeah.
then. Huh?
I saw it, I'm not even going to entertain this one.
No, it's notable that, I mean, I've had a quick, obviously I get notifications when I message. I don't think there's been a single one talking about it. I don't think I've seen a single question about takeover, and I've, in inverted commas, because fucking not happening. It's, Nah, it's nonsense.
Nonsense.
Absolute nonsense.
It's just Kenyon flapping his gums again, isn't it?
Aye.
I think he wants to buy the club, but he's
100%.
not. He hasn't got the money to do
No,
it.
and Ashley probably wants to sell to him.
Yes.
Does he?
Well,
Yeah,
I think
because
he's
that's how he's going
to.
to. Yeah, that's how he's going to keep what he wants. Ashley, in regards to
Well,
the
that
club
was
badge
the other thing that
and
was in the
the
brochures
Sports
around
Direct.
keeping the
Yeah.
But you've
advertising
got
and
you've
all
got
that
another
kind of thing in
situation
it
which
for
seems to be the case that the guy who wants to buy. I want to buy the club. I do. I'll buy you tomorrow.
You haven't
But
got
I
any
haven't
money,
got
though, just
fucking
like Kenyon?
and I'm the same as Kenyon. I
And
haven't got
even
the money.
Martin Samuel came out and said that on the Sunday supplement. He came out and said, "I'll buy Newcastle.
There you go.
I'll buy them tomorrow."
If I got consortium behind us with enough money.
Exactly. He's just going around with his cap out to everyone, isn't he? That's all he's doing.
That's what he's doing. It's going to be the similar model. I hate mentioning it on the podcast, but what happened at Sunderland, where they bring someone in, owner, they buy the club, but then they need massive investment afterwards. They've got enough money to buy the club, and they've got enough money to keep you afloat for the next season, but they need huge investment from people to come in and buy the players and add an extra 30 million, 40 million. You can't just get someone to come and buy the club that can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be in exactly the same position we are right now, or worse.
It's a shame. I'm not savvy on business, but it's a shame that all these people that apparently do want to buy couldn't just all get together and be like, right, okay, right, you want to buy, let's all chip in together.
Yeah.
Let's
Because they can't make money off it. The more people,
Well, yeah,
the
I
less
get what
money
you're
they make.
saying, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
And that the problem there is that everyone that's going to buy you, even Sunderland's situation more, they're only buying you to try and make money.
Yeah.
So you're not going to really be
Unless you're literally a country where you've just got money to waste.
yeah.
Aye,
So
it's like a vanity project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what you would hope is that whoever wants to make money looks at it in the sense of, right, well, let's try and push to be in the top 6 or 7 to then make more money. Do you know what I mean? Whereas
Yeah.
actually, it's not going to do that. Is it? You just want to see
It's
the
the
division.
model of Leicester, of Wolves, of Sheffield United.
Yeah.
That have brought in investment. They've started to build.
And I still
up
say,
and get themselves up.
You can spend money. Look, we have technically this summer, but if you spend it wrong, do you know what I mean? Like you can spend 20 million here, 20 million here, 40 million on a striker. Doesn't mean fuck all. If you don't have your house in order, or certainly buy the right players, do you know what I mean? It's just doesn't really matter. Doesn't how much you spend if they're on shit.
No, I'll go do a couple more. We've got loads and loads, but I'll do a couple more. Liam Martin says, "What has happened to Longstaff last season? Do you think things will get better?"
Like I say, I
be watching Shelby in training.
really hope he's just not fit properly yet, and that he's got a few more weeks before he gets back to
Well, I'm worried now because obviously with Hayden getting the red card, that's him out for 3 games. Shelby's injured, so obviously you're going to see Key and Longstaff.
Key Longstaff's
and especially if Longstaff isn't
you've
fit.
still got Matty Longstaff as well.
You have, yeah. It's worrying times for that centre midfield position right now.
Jack
though.
Callback.
I was worried about the young lads like Matty Longstaff had a decent pre-season, but like I watched they played Macclesfield in the under 23s cup last year, or check the trade or whatever. And that what's the young striker called, the Danish lad? Sorensen played.
Yeah.
And people on Twitter clamouring, "Oh, get him in the team." He's a million miles away.
Yeah.
He's a good footballer on that team and at that level, but it's such a step.
We've done this so
Sorensen
much.
isn't getting in the
step.
Carlisle team
We've
at the minute.
done it
No,
with
did it Blackpool last year,
Armstrong,
didn't
we did it with Campbell. People are like desperate to get those players in the team. And when they did get the chance in the team, they were shit.
It's too big. It's
a massive jump.
It's a huge step.
Under 23s isn't really competitive football.
No.
It's not, and it hasn't been for a long time. Remember when it used to be the reserves, and it was basically just to get your players fit.
Aye.
If anyone thinks Matty Longstaff's going to go up against Pogba on Sunday, you would fucking have a word.
I'd fancy him against Pogba, like, to be fair.
I'll tell you how.
The last couple of years Pogba's been having.
I think Pogba could fucking play with one leg and beat him. And I think Pogba's shit. But you're not promoting Matty Longstaff. Let's just be fucking sensible. I'd rather put Shea in midfield, and I'm not even up for that argument.
So the last one of the night, like I said, we've got like ridiculous amount. But sorry, we haven't read your questions out. But the last one is from Robin. He says, "If Bruce gets the sack tomorrow,
He's not.
who would his replacement be?"
Chris Hughton.
Really?
That's who I'd want.
Would you?
Well, I wouldn't want that. I want Guardiola. But what I'm saying is, I mean,
Yeah.
like, realistic
That's
standards.
who you'd accept.
Chris Hughton, yeah.
Well, I'm not even sure. Nah, I don't think I would. I would want someone. I don't know. I don't know.
Jeff Stelling said on Twitter yesterday that it's going to be someone unheard of. That fucking sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Someone, so it's not Tony
Someone I don't know that
Cruz,
shit.
someone new.
Sorry,
You don't want Mark Hughes. You don't want Sam Allardyce. You don't want.
I want Ragnar.
Could be Moyes, Could be Moyes,
Even
like.
David
That's it.
Wagner.
Even
So-
Wagner.
When TikTok last season, he's a shark. I know.
Yeah, so do you know at the start of the season when there was links with the likes of Arteta and there was links with Von Bronckhorst,
That's all I want.
and apparently Von Bronckhorst now is basically being groomed to get the Man City job after Guardiola.
Well, it came out was because he had a full blueprint of how he could take the club forward and
Yeah,
change
but
things and everything like
apparently
that, but
he
that's
approached us for
too
the
much
job.
ambition,
This is
isn't it?
all rumours. Now I heard a little bit of this yesterday. So apparently he approached us saying he wanted the job, and he got knocked back because he didn't have Premier League experience. But we're bringing a manager in that's got Premier League experience, who is fucking horrendous
at
in
the
the
wrong
Premier League.
end of the Premier League.
I'd rather take someone that hasn't got any experience, see what they can do, than taking someone that I know is crap in that league.
Fucking Brian Little, their job.
yeah.
Do you know what? I was I remember when is it Potter, the Brighton lad?
Graham Potter, right.
Graham Potter.
Yeah.
And when he got the job, I was like, fuck, no, that's a weird appointment. I did, honestly, I did. I watched, and that's only one game, but I watched them against us and thought, Jesus, night and day in terms of how we play football.
Yeah,
Night and
absolutely.
day how them play football. And going back to the question, sorry, I would rather someone that's had no experience and we'll give him a chance. But based on how I know we operate, it's going to be David Moyes, Harry Redknapp, Big Sam. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
It's going to be David
out,
Moyes.
out of that,
One of that crowd. And
It's
it's
going
out
to be
of that
David
crowd,
Moyes.
I would go for Chris Hughton.
It will be. If it's anyone, I think it'll be Moyes. Give it a Moisey.
Well, it's just it's the worst. I've never seen a more sideways step in that in my life.
I'd rather go and get friggin' Joey Barton. Is he still at Fleetwood?
Oh, Kevin Nolan's
Kevin
getting
Nolan.
in for the job as well, isn't he?
Kevin Nolan's.
I would love to give it to someone totally.
Lee Clark.
unheard of
Lee
that's
Clark's
trying to
up the
step-
road at Blackburn.
Jesus Christ, he's doing horrendous, isn't he?
Get him in.
Henrik Larsson's going to Southend as well.
Where's
Get him in.
Where's
Is he?
Alan Thompson at the minute?
Is Lovenkranz not a coach at?
He's Rangers.
Rangers.
Rangers are the
Just get fucking Ant Dick and get Stinging. Get fucking just
Sting, get Jimmy Neal.
Let's face it, there's not many people can do a worse job, is there?
No, I don't. I reckon if I managed them yesterday, it would have been 6 or 5 or 6.
You could probably
Wouldn't
get
be
the
much
manager
worse.
themselves.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. And not be just the same.
We wouldn't lose any more than 5-0 at Leicester.
I don't think
As
so.
decent a side as Leicester are, like,
Yeah, I probably agree.
it's hard to say how they could have made that any worse without Steve Bruce.
Just give them some instruction, Steve. That's all I'm asking.
Aye.
Don't just stand there with your hands in your pocket.
So who do you think then? So you think he didn't know?
Someone young, so someone that
You think the club will go that way?
nah, never.
Yeah, that's why I said Chris Hughton.
Yeah,
'cause
never.
I'd like
That's what I'd like.
Bring somebody.
I like an ex-player, so someone that's had a pretty recent career at a football club.
Oh,
so
I'm
someone,
not next to I'm thinking
Yeah.
Vieira's or
no,
Clancy.
no. So I mean, like someone like how a few years back we mentioned like Vieira,
Nobby.
like I've just said Arteta, Von Bronckhorst, someone like
I
that.
know you won't.
Not like one of our
I would
ex-players.
love them,
Someone
but-
that's had a decent career and knows the game now. That knows how the game's progressing.
Yeah.
So they
It's so
know.
important.
Yeah.
So important.
I think by going down the route of Steve Bruce, by Moyes, the old school.
Yeah.
You need to bring someone in with some fresh ideas and that knows the game, that or at least someone that's bringing a coach in that's played football recently.
Saul Campbell.
Definitely not Sol
Did a
Campbell.
good job Macclesfield last season.
Definitely not Sol Campbell.
There's nothing wrong with with the game progressing and people are just no longer able.
You just gotta move with
That's
it.
just life.
Let's
Isn't it?
call
That's
it
just
Paula
what
these
it
days.
is. Like Keegan would be horrific.
That's strictly it.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. The game has moved on, and unfortunately, we've got a mindset as a club of like that it hasn't
Experience.
moved on.
It has to be about
Yeah.
Premier League
I know,
experience,
or
even
like-
though the experience is shocking.
It's because the club is stuck in stagnation because of our wonderful owner.
It's ruinous.
That's what
isn't
it all
it?
boils down to, and it is. And I mean, I've been really critical of Bruce, and remain so. But it all boils down to Ashley. Like it does.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
So Ashley, the fella who's not getting involved in the footballing side of things.
I honestly think Charnley takes a lot on the chin for this one as well. Actually, this appointment.
Oh yeah,
100%. Charlie
He gets away.
Charlie
He gets
gets
away
away
with
with
it.
it.
Even Benitez coming to Newcastle was because Benitez approached the club.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't as Charlie said, "I've got a fucking master stroke here." Like I mean, it's now I was going to say Allegri's available, but like there's not a cat in hell's chance because people see. I'm sure I saw this. Some other people were looking at Newcastle going, "I'm not going to touch that."
Yeah, 100%.
But in fact,
100%.
Benitez, I'm not going to give fucking million.
Well,
Sergio
Vieira
Conceição
and Arteta
didn't
was
want
the
it.
same, wasn't it?
Vieira didn't want it. So the problem you've got is yes, it's nice to have these ideas of that, but then who's really going to take it? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Realistically,
It's going to be like a Kevin Nolan
Iniesta's doing that these
or a
days,
Joy
is he?
Barton in here.
It's
been in China.
whoever takes this.
Is he around?
Now he was out there.
Whoever takes this, it's either going to make the career or break it. It's going to be either a manager that'll come in, let's say a young upcoming manager, they'll come in, have an absolutely horrendous time, and you'll never see the manager again. So similar to Shearer.
it would be meant to find like the next Eddie Howe, like someone who's like just hasn't really never done anything, and then
But that's something progressing from within the club and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
well, I know.
That's
He's
to
had a lot
get
of
the
money as well,
experience.
Howell.
yeah, but
He's had a lot of money by both.
actually, do you know who I would want? Who I would take, right? And I never ever thought I'd say this.
Sean
right?
Dyche.
Yeah, Sean Dyche.
Ah,
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I said that.
Sean
last
Dyche,
season.
I'll take it, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How the fuck he's doing what he does with Burnley? I just didn't get it. I do not.
Would he leave Burnley for us right now?
Absolutely not.
Of course not.
But he might think, it is actually like
I'd take him, and
I would. Yeah, I would.
3-4 years ago, I'd be like, no thank you.
Yeah.
And now I would.
The results he's
That's how
getting out of
desperate
that
it is.
team, man. Like they're shit. Didn't care what you say.
Because
their
again,
team's
he's
poor,
got passion. He manages the players through relationships and through coaching them and getting them on side, getting them doing what he wants. But he's got a good understanding of the game as well.
They always look they're in a game. Every time I watch them play, they're always in a game. Do you know what I mean? They're never getting butchered. Do you know what I mean? But it's as low and as disillusioned as I've ever felt like for a long time. To be honest with you,
I'm agree.
We look at the appointments that Ashley's made. They've all been blokes from 10 years prior. So Allardyce, Pardew, his best days were Charlton.
The all English managers, apart from
Kenya's was
Rafa,
40 years
who
before.
approached the club.
Kenya, McLaren was England, Middlesbrough 10 years before we got him. Whatever ish. It's not. It's going to be someone like
Moyes. It's Moyes,
I like
mate.
Moyes.
It's
is brilliant.
Moyes.
He fits the.
If you could see Charlie's notebook right now, I bet you he's got a list of managers. If Bruce was to go, I guarantee you Moyes is top of that list. Guarantee you.
But how though? How can like as you're saying
Can
there,
it be-
every single name you're mentioning have all been shit. So when do you change?
Because it's people who are out of work.
Why would you
That have got
replace
Premier League experience.
Bruce with Moyes?
That are English, and that's what they go for.
But it doesn't work though, does it? And if he's a clever businessman and you
He
wouldn't,
is. He's Scottish.
you wouldn't run a business like that though. Like,
British,
I
I
just
meant.
don't understand how you just keep making the same choice and mistake all the time.
Ian Holloway, what's he doing? He hasn't got a job at the minute.
Oh, he's another one. What's the
it's
fella
not.
from Whiteley's called?
could be
What's he
someone
called?
else.
Phil Brown. He's another one.
No, he's a massive man.
Tim Sherwood. He's another one. Any more?
Either he was linked before, wasn't he?
Sherwood, he hasn't
It'll be
managed for
Moyes.
a while,
Like.
has he?
It'll be Moyes. It'll be Moyes.
Yeah, I'd literally put me mortgage on if Bruce was to be sacked tomorrow.
Would you really?
It would be Moyes. I can't see anyone but him.
Fuck me.
And this
So
is
what would you
this
thought
is
be
the-
on that one?
This is the problem in it. Where do you go from here?
Championship,
Yeah.
Yeah, then League One.
then gone.
That's the thing with going back to I'm not even going to say it because it's not going to happen.
Say it.
I was going to say going back to the purported takeover. You were saying earlier you wouldn't take him ahead of Ashley. They might have some ideas. Kenyon knows football. Ashley doesn't know football.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
That's the if it.
Well, can we not just fucking employ him?
If it's like football, yeah, someone's actually said that.
Can we not just
Well, you could
sack
do that.
Charlie off and bring Kenyon in?
Bring in Kenyon.
If Kenyon's so desperate to be involved in Newcastle, give him a job.
Aye, bin Charlie, bring him in. But he won't because Charlie is on a shit wage compared to most of the Premier League managing directors.
His wage will be getting up to £10.50 now.
Aye, so Kenyon will be like,
Minimum
no,
wage.
I'm not going to work for that.
No.
Piss off.
No, you're bang on. You're totally right. That's how I still kind of believe he actually paid Rafa that amount of money. Like he paid him 6 million. Was it 3 million? 6 million? I can't remember what it was. Sorry, but
It was 6, was it? 6?
I still kind of believe he paid that. Like I know around this table, of course he'd pay it.
Yeah,
I mean
of course,
Ashley.
aye.
I'm talking Ashley. Yeah, I was shocked that he paid it.
I don't
No
understand.
worries.
That's one thing that I don't know. With Rafa, the money thing, he's got to try and have a £12 million a year. Why not offer him that?
Sitting here now, we offer him 30 million a year.
You're going to £6 million a year for me is you're going to lose more than that. Getting
Because
relegated
they
on.
probably thought they could replace him and still survive. And now they're realising that you can't.
They're not realising that though. And that's the
Well,
worrying
they're all
thing.
probably because of the results now.
They
They probably are
they
realising.
think that we'll get out of this.
No, I honestly
Steve
think...
Bruce will do enough to keep us up is what
I
they
think right now, we've never, even under McLaren, we've never been in this position right now where under McLaren, we saw some decent football for the first handful of games.
I agree.
Now, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing it.
Totally agree.
It's fucking horrendous.
I'd love to see. I know we're going to end. I just want to see the results of the results in the McLaren the first 7. I know we lost them all. I think. But
You could see glimpses in
I'm
players.
sure, yeah.
We had a good. The first game was
Liverpool.
Southampton 2-2, was it?
2-2 or something.
I never thought we would go down under McLaren at the start. of that
I
season.
agree.
Yeah,
I didn't
absolutely agree.
I went to York pre-season and I think they got beat off and that was fucking awful. Like Lascelles and Doro looked like lost little boys.
They were shocking.
They were really bad.
They were shocking, aye.
And it took that game Southampton when Yamat punched the wall apparently for like Lascelles to probably I need to do something here. But that wasn't a bad side. Like I think I referred to it earlier. The players are sold at the end of that season. Wijnaldum, Sissoko,
Townsend.
Townsend. I mean Townsend came in halfway through the season, didn't he? With Shelby. The players are sold that year. Bankroll them coming back up.
Yeah.
If they go down this year, you sell some Maximin for. If he stays injury free, you might get 30-40 million for him. That doesn't get you very far these days.
Nah.
God, 40 million.
But you're pinning all your hopes on a player we haven't even seen play.
No, you're right. No, yeah. Oh no, I'm pinning hopes on getting some money from when I go down. It's got nothing to do with them playing.
So just to give you an idea here, right? We drew 2-2 with Southampton.
And it was a decent performance. I remember that
was,
game. It was a decent
I
performance.
remember the
Overtime,
first 6-7
unreal
games
balls.
we played very well and we were unlucky.
They've been Norwich 6-2. Ronaldo got 5, I think.
We got beat off Swansea away, and then the next one's an absolute shocker. We drew a Man United away,
That's Tobin's debut. That
0-0. Then we got beat off Arsenal at home 1-0.
Rich red card.
West Ham
Look,
2-0.
all them yellow cards at Arsenal game.
Yeah, I know, Jesus
Fuck
Lord.
me.
West Ham 2-0, Watford 2-1, Chelsea 2-2 at home. Man City 6-1. Then we beat Norwich 6-2, and then the Derby 3-0. Stoke 0-0. I remember the Stoke game should have gone then. But it's not actually that bad, is when I'm reading.
Well, that's
it's
what I
not
mean.
that bad,
You're
do you
looking
know
at
what I
that and you're thinking of the games. I can't remember actually getting battered.
Nah,
2-2 at home.
we sat here
Apart from that
every
Sunday
week
game because
saying
we did
I
get
think
battered.
we
we
got
were lucky.
God,
we were
aye.
lucky.
We were 2-0 up against Chelsea and they scored 79 and 86.
I remember on holiday I was in the Maldives with
Williams
Wi-Fi. It
was
was really funny.
Didn't I score a free kick at one point?
When thingy's goal was amazing. Was it Williams or
It was late on, wasn't it? Was it midweek game?
Ramirez?
No.
No.
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Saturday.
I thought I'm sure it was
Sunderland
dark.
0-0 Stoke.
I'm sure it was dark.
Then we beat Bournemouth away, 1 shot on target.
What was the date? Was it December that we played them or not?
Bournemouth was it Perez?
Yeah, Perez went 1 shot a goal. I remember that one. Palace 5-1. Then it really started. Oh, we beat Liverpool at home 2-0. But was that when?
That's when Wijnaldum got the 2, and that's when everyone thought he was going to go. Then we pulled that
Then,
result
hang
off.
on, we beat Liverpool 2-0. Then we beat Spurs away 2-1.
Yeah, that's
then we
when
drew
he,
against Villa.
that's when he started like thinking maybe he's going to stay.
Yeah.
Then he got sacked.
Oh, then Everton. Remember Everton at home, 94 minutes.
That was
Clemson
awful,
scored.
that one.
Header?
Was it-
Was it a header outside the box?
Yeah, that was a sickener, that
absolute
one.
sickener, that
I was good at that game. We played all right, I thought, as well. But again, though, sorry, going back to what I'm trying to say is, we actually played all right in a lot of
wasn't
them games.
horrendous
It wasn't
like it is
horrendous.
now.
Now it is as bad as it's ever been.
It is. This is worse. This is worse than that was. That.
Oh,
100%.
Christ, I.
Yeah.
Christ, I. Definitely.
That's worrying.
And I knew, I said in the break there, Bestia said, we knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it would be as bad as this.
I can honestly see us, if we don't change things, I could see us getting relegated with less than 10 points.
What they've got now? It's 5.
Nah, we're not be as bad as Sunderland.
Honestly, I can't see where we're getting points. I can't see it. I think
We'll
any
get
team that plays us right now,
three off Spurs at home.
they'll be rubbing their hands, they'll be rubbing their hands together. Any team that's coming up against us will be like, this is in the bag.
Yeah,
we're not losing this.
That's me worry. It's getting to the stage where like strikers and stuff would love to play against.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
at the worst, we're getting a draw out with this.
Yeah.
When City and that get their hands on one in this particular type of form, if they put 8 past Watford, it could be 800 against.
We're not even getting a shot on target, man.
Chelsea, Tommy Abraham in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
Destroy you.
Him and Mason, they'll be rubbing their hands.
Destroy you.
that's what I mean. They'll be excited.
You can
about it.
guarantee after this week, we'll go and beat Man United 4-0.
Definitely won't.
I'm telling you.
Definitely won't. 100% won't. Right?
We'll beat Man
What, you
United
mean smoking
4-0.
like?
Thanks
The
for
cracks will
watching.
be papered over and everything will be rosy.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Guillermo Clothing. Thanks to Geordie Guest for sponsoring the podcast. You do get discounts on both those stores if you use the codes in the description below. See you later.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Do drugs if you're supporting this fucking team.
Got 2:30 on a Saturday afternoon.